What's up, everyone? Tyler DeLuca here with No Cap Space, joined by Greer and our special guest, NC State's Saniya. Saniya, we were just telling you, we've been excited. We've been looking forward to this interview for a minute now. Thank you for taking the time to join us today.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
So Saniya, we gotta get into this past season because y'all made a run. Y'all had some very high highs across this season, but right now, as you're just we'll get into that. But for the summertime, right now, looking in the present. Obviously, you have that season. You want to build on that season.
Right.
What is kind of the mentality for yourself individually and for this team right now?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, we had a pretty good run. So the returners, we know what to expect. Mm-hmm. We know what it's like to play in college. We know what it's like to play in a Final Four. So we're really trying to get our freshmen, our transfers into that mentality, into that rhythm. So, it's a big on the court battle, but off the court, we're just trying to make sure we gel, make sure we work good together. And that's really it. So.
I saw that you posted on your Instagram. You guys were doing the stadium running, like the conditioning, right? And you were doing like the before and after. And so what's conditioning like for a college player at this time of the summer? And you guys got some new people in there too. So talk about what you guys are being put through right now.
Yeah, it's tough.
Hell, what's what we've been put through?
It's tough. I mean, Coach Moore, he really emphasizes just summer being the hardest part of the season. So we're out there on the track. We're pushing sleds in the weight room. We're running stadiums. We're doing all that. So the video you saw, the freshmen, like they've never ran stadiums before. So obviously, they're dying, but it was fun. It was fun. We're pushing each other. We made it kind of a friendly competition. So it was fun, but just the parts you see, just us dying and our reactions. So, but we have a lot of fun with it. So.
Yeah, I get tired just watching them clips. Don't even put me through it.
I tasted death that day for sure.
You saw a little bit of the light. You saw.
Yeah, I saw it, and that's not where I want to
go. That's funny as hell. So that you mentioned on the first answer the mentality and what you learn from going to a Final Four, because I feel like that's just something you can't replicate in a practice, and going through the tournament and going through the rigorous schedule of it for you. And now that you've obviously had that experience before and now trying to, you mentioned, instill that into the new players. What does that mean? Like what is the mentality? What is the experience that you're trying to instill in these other players?
Right. The Final Four stage is different. Just tournament time in general, like you said, like that's not something you could practice for. You can train your mind all season. You can train your body all season. Make sure you take care of yourself up to that point. But it's just different in March. Like everybody knows that you can go home at any point. It's a different pressure. So right now with our freshmen and transfers that haven't been in that position, we're just mentally trying to get them ready, let them know that this is not high school. Like, you're not going to be playing the top minutes right away. You got to get there. And, we're motivating. We're hoping everybody gets to play some time. We're hoping that by the time the end of April, everybody gets to touch the floor just to be able to experience that. So we're just excited for them. It's hard right now because it's summer and conditioning is at its highest. But I think once we push through that and once we get to season, I think it's going to be really excited for them. So
you're mentioning the freshmen and the transfers, but you guys had a freshman last season in Zoe Brooks, right? Who I thought transitioned to college ball really well. Right. And now you guys get Zam Jones coming in, right? And not the same kind of player, but the same kind of profile in terms of McDonald's All-American, all of the things. And so I guess what are you guys, and similar to your trajectory, coming into NC State. So what are you? I'm assuming that she's going to play a large part in your season this coming year. And I think you guys have your guard core is incredible.
Actually. Yeah. I'm actually really excited. So this year, I'm thinking the plan is it's not set yet, but Zam and Z are going to be the one this year. So I'll play the one when I have to, but I think I'm going to get to move in the wing, and on the wing, that's deadly.
Yeah.
The wing for in college. When I came to NC State. My first year, Diamond, she got hurt. So I had to take over the one quickly at South Carolina. Dawn told me yo, you're going to have to play the one if you have to play. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me learn the one. So now going back to the wing. I'm really excited about it. Zam, I'm really excited for her to get a taste of college. Zoe, I remember when she came in, you know, she had that, not cocky, but she had that confidence about it. Yeah.
She got it. Like, yeah,
she got it for sure. And I know Zam has that same thing too, but I just hope, you know, they don't come in cocky. Like, she doesn't come in cocky, you know, it's going to be easy. So hopefully we humble her first, just before, that first game.
Break it down to build her up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to block her shot before she goes and gets blocked in the game. So it's just like, just so she doesn't lose her confidence. So I'm really excited about her for sure.
That's funny. You got to have like the welcome to college moment behind closed doors. Like, let's get it out of the way here, so we don't gotta do it out there. I can get with that.
You gotta ask Zoe about her welcome to college. Ask her.
Okay, no, don't play because we'll get her on here and I'm gonna flip this and I'm gonna show her. Okay, noted. Listen, go ahead and tuck that away, Greer. We got that for our next interview. Okay, noted. I am interested though, because you mentioned playing the one and you know, your time at South Carolina, like that's how you were able to get on the floor. But you seem excited about being able to go back to the wing. Like, you seem like, you know, you're ready to go do your thing over there. We know the flexibility and the versatility that you have, but what is it about playing on the wing that excites you? And also, what can you take from being a one that helps you grow as a wing player?
I feel like that's a good question. Since I played the one for so long, I'm so used to having the ball in my hand a lot. Like, I'm the one setting up the play. I'm the one getting everybody in position for a play or whatever, making the call. So on the wing, it's just like, it's almost like I have this weight lifted off my shoulders because I just get to woo side just a little bit, get the ball, read the defense, do what I have to do. It's going to be a little nerve-wracking at times because obviously Zam's a freshman coming in at the one. She's never played the one in college before. Zoe, she played it for us last year, but she still may not be the most confident playing the one. So I'm just excited to see another perspective in college because I really haven't played the wing in college. I'm excited about that. My shot, I'm hoping that I can get some uncontested threes this year because I feel like at the one, you have to create for yourself a lot. Sure. Because you're already creating for your teammates. So when it comes to looking for yourself, it's a little harder. So I'm just excited to maybe get some more shots up, contribute more on the scoring aspect for my team as far as what I usually do and contributing to them. So just looking to get some points up myself.
On paper, you know, going into the season, you are a senior. And we know with all of the COVID stuff, you know, like players have another year. But I am curious, you know, if you were to say, like, this is your last, you know, year of playing basketball at NC State, like, what are the things that you absolutely, like, want to have mastered in your game at the college level?
That's a good question. I really just want to get my three-pointer consistent. And like I said, like I just mentioned, I think being on the wing for my senior year will give me the opportunity to increase that field goal percentage a little bit because it's a little shaky. It's gone up a little bit. This is my freshman year. I swear. I think I was like 1 for 30 my freshman year. Just awful. Like, it destroyed my confidence because, like, in high school, I was spraying. Like, it was crazy. So I think that's one thing I really want to get down. On the defensive side of the ball, I definitely want to get that consistent because I think that really sets me apart, the fact that I can play on both sides of the ball. So I really want to emphasize my defense as well. So going into the pros, I think that'll be big for me.
So you mentioned going into the pros there, like, because it feels like you're kind of is there a mindset? Obviously, like, you're focused on college and want to be successful here, but is there a mindset of trying to tailor your game so where you could be the most successful pro and kind of find your best fit once you reach the W?
Absolutely. It's actually funny. A lot of people don't know this, but I was not really considering going pro after college. Like,
oh, wow.
Basketball's stressful, a lot on the body, a lot on the mental. So I was honestly considering just being done after college, but I went to Kelsey Plum's dog class. And, you know, my whole perspective of life changed. My whole perspective of wanting to go to the W changed. So I wear this every day because I ended up winning the MVP, the dog bone. So I wear it every day as a reminder that I'm doing this for a reason. Like, I have to keep going. I'm ready for the next level. So this season I have goals, but I have more individual goals going into the pros now. But last year, I think I had more of a team goal. Like, I have to get my team to a Final Four. We have to do this. We have to do that. But now it's like more Naya based for me since I have another goal of getting to the pros.
So. What was it about the dog camp that shifted your mindset about it?
Well, so it's crazy because I actually wasn't going to go because, like, we went so long in the tournament.
Right.
So I think the dog class was a week or two after we lost in the Final Four. So I was just, my body was over. Mentally, I was checked out. But I was like, you know what? If I'm going to decide not to play, I want it to be because, like, I just didn't like, I don't know. Right. I wanted a different perspective. So I was just like, let me go be under Kelsey Plum, who plays in the next level. I was like, let me see what she has to say. Let me see how it feels. And I just think I love that it wasn't all about basketball. It wasn't all on the court. Like, there was a lot of mental stuff. There was recovery. There was Pilates. There was a lot of different things. So it wasn't all basketball. And I think Kelsey just being real with us, just basically letting me know that basketball stresses her out sometimes. Life stresses her out sometimes, but she still plays it because she finds the love in it. She finds the joy in it. So it really just flipped my perspective, because it's just like, okay, it's not just me. I'm not the only one stressed out. I'm not the only one going crazy when things don't go my way. And I think that seeing that a person in the pros and the WNBA and the next level goes through the same thing as me, I think it just was kind of motivating. So
you're talking about the W a lot. I mean, this season has been super exciting. I feel like more and more young players are watching. So tell me, give me your hottest take right now about what you've observed in the WNBA season so far.
Oh my goodness. I'm an Aces fan. Okay. I'm an Aces fan. So I've been watching them a lot. My girl Angel, she's been doing her thing. Caitlin's been doing her thing. I'm just really invested right now. I try, those late games kill me though. The 10 o'clock
man. That there's two on the slate tonight. We're recording this on July 1st. Man, 2:09 p.m. I'm Central Time. You see, you got even worse. You on the East Coast.
Yes, man. But no, I'm definitely invested. I have a new favorite, Kalia Copper. Like, she's been killing it. Like, I've been watching her a lot this year, trying to emulate my game like hers. So I think that's definitely one I've been watching a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. Like, are you watching just as a fan? Like, are you like taking note? Like, how are you kind of analytically watching these games? Like, what mindset are you in when you're watching WNBA games?
So when I'm watching the Aces, not saying I can't take away from them, because I definitely can. But when I'm watching the Aces, I'm just like, ooh, like, go Kate, go Kelsey. But when I'm watching like Kalia, I'm just like, ooh, I like that. Like, next time I go in the gym by myself, I'm gonna try to do that move. Big fan Chelsea, great. Like, I definitely emulate my game after her, and she's, on the Aces, just got back, super proud of that. So I watch her too. But yeah, so I'm not always just watching, like, cheering for a team. I definitely try to take away points, see how they move, because the WNBA, like, it's different. It's different from college. So I definitely try to just take it all.
From what you're seeing, what makes it different? Like, just as you're visually watching the W compared to college, from your eyes, what makes it different?
Yeah, I feel like the pace is very different. Like, I feel like they definitely get out more. Not to say we don't get out, because here at State, we definitely
for sure
praise ourselves for transition.
You're doing them stadiums for no reason. Like, come on now.
Especially since we're like guard heavy this year, he's definitely emphasizing being in top tier shape.
Yeah.
So I just noticed they run a lot of 4 out, if I'm not mistaken. That's just what it looks like. If they don't have to get into some type of set, they're not. They're just 4 out backdoor cuts, moving away from the ball. So I really like that about the W.
Got you.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you brought up, like, making the transition, but I do want to talk about last year's team a little bit, because historic run, right? And I think, what catapulted you guys into the spotlight was your very, very convincing win against Connecticut and UConn. So, that's a series that's been played now for the last few years, right? And I think it's re-upped. It's going to keep going. Wes and Gino have what seems to be a great relationship. But can you take us back to that environment in Reynolds that day?
Man, we blew the speakers out that day. I watched that game all the time on YouTube, because like the energy in there, it was just crazy. You had to be there to experience it. Obviously, that was my breakout game. I finished with 33 points against like a UConn. Like, it was crazy. One of our first games of the season. Definitely think it gave us a big confidence boost. Zoe had a heck of a game that game as a freshman. So it's just like, it was just amazing. It was everything you could ask for. Zai was in some foul trouble, but just seeing her being motivated on the bench, and then seeing her have a tremendous season afterwards, like, it was amazing. I think that game taught us a lot. So
I'm interested. Obviously, like, that's a big moment in this season, and it might be this game that's the answer to this question. But for you, when did it kind of click for you guys that, like, oh, we can be a Final Four caliber team? Like, we are at that. Was it that UConn game, or was there a moment in, like, later in the season of the tournament that kind of flipped that switch for you guys? Like, we can go do this.
Yeah, that was definitely a game for sure that flipped our perspective. But we actually played, who was it? Colorado and where are we? Cancun last year.
Yeah. Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, we actually beat them maybe by like 15 or something like that. And since they had just come off the win against, was it LSU?
It was LSU to start the season.
Yeah, so we were like, oh man, like if we can beat Colorado, who just beat national champions, it's just like, oh, we can beat anybody. So I think that was a big confidence boost too.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you talked about, like, we know that you transferred from South Carolina and now you're playing closer to home, right? In Raleigh. I was curious, was NC State a part of your original recruitment process?
Yes, they were actually my second choice, my first go around, second or third choice, first go around.
So what, like re-engaging with Westmore and their coaching staff when you were back in the portal, right? What was it about the second time around that solidified that like Raleigh was the place for you?
Yeah, so he was actually the first, maybe second person to call me as soon as he found out my name hit the portal. So just knowing that he was so quick with it, I already felt the love again, because it was never a him issue. Everybody wants to play for Don Staley, everybody wants to. So he always makes a joke talking about, oh, you should have came here the first go around, like, oh, this, that, and the third. So he's just a really cool guy. I love him. I'm a big fan of the program. I love that they're big on women's basketball, because I know that was a big thing in South Carolina, and I knew that I would miss that. So coming to North NC State, seeing that it's the same love, I knew that I made the right move. So.
Are there major differences when it comes from being recruited as a high school player coming out compared to entering the portal and being recruited?
Maybe for some, but I feel like it was the same for me. The same teams that were looking at me the first go round were actually the same teams in my ear of the second go round. But I know for some people it fluctuates, maybe if it's injury or whatever the case may be. So. Yeah.
I am interested. Do you have like a funniest Westmore story? Like, or do you have like a story that comes to mind when it's like, when you think of a memory that kind of defines your relationship with Coach Moore, is there one that kind of pops into your head at all?
Oh man, and it's like he's like the funniest guy ever. But
I know I put you on the spot. Put you on the spot. That's what I'm listening.
He's really sarcastic, and I think that's what makes him like the funniest person ever, because you never know if he's serious or if he's joking until you like, get on the line. You just never know. So, but no, you definitely put me on the spot.
I did.
Something I'll definitely let you know.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. See, we'll circle back on that one. Like,
sure.
So the sarcasm is what we're like. You don't know if you're about to laugh or you about to run. And but you don't know until it happens.
Until he either laughs or says, "Get on the line." It's honestly crazy. Like, you'll never know. He actually, I think it's hilarious. But okay, so we had this drill at the end of practice where like we have to hit a certain amount of free throws as a team, and if we get the goal or beyond the goal, the coaches have to run. And like seeing Coach Moore run has to be the funniest thing ever, because his hair goes back, his shoulders. I just have to get a video of that for you guys. I'm gonna post it on TikTok.
Okay, listen, we need a tag, we need it all, because we gotta make sure we see this.
I got you.
Yes, I actually would pay to see something like that. So let me know. I'll send you like whatever the little tokens are on TikTok.
I'll give it to you for free.
Come on now, that's a no cash based bargain. You hear that?
He's gonna make me run if I post that for sure.
Listen.
I mean, it's a trade-off. Like,
the reward, though, I am interested as well, because listen, Saniya, I feel like you got the personality for some dope marketing stuff. Okay, and we ask this is a question we often ask to players that we interview, because we like to manifest here in No Cap Space. That's what we do here. Okay,
let's do it. I'm ready.
If you blank check, you write the branding, your dream NIL deal, and what the partnership would look like, what would it be? Which brand and what are we thinking here?
So you almost caught me, but somebody actually asked me this last weekend.
Oh,
so I think I want to go with Sephora. I'm a big fan. Like, not with the makeup. It's like I wear it like for picture day once a year, once maybe twice a year. But just when I walk into Sephora, I just get this vibe. Like, it always smells good. The people are always nice. The lighting is great in there. Got to take a video in there, whatever. And I just always see the pictures of like the nice smiles with the people maybe showing the lip gloss or the lipstick, whatever. And I've always been complimented on my smile. Like, People say I smile all the time. So I was
deservedly so. Yes.
Thank you. I said, why not be up there like with my smile? With
okay, I'm seeing the vision here. I'm seeing the vision.
I be smelling good. Like that's my favorite compliment. People always tell me I smell good. So I'm at Sephora. You got the smell good. You got the lip gloss. You got this. So.
That would instantly make you like teammate of the year. I'm not saying that you aren't already.
But like you with the whole care package
in the locker room.
Yeah, they would love that with the face, with the skincare and all that good stuff. They would love that for sure.
I like the way you think. Yes, this is.
Appreciate that.
We also want to know, like, you guys are in summer practices. You guys are welcoming some new pieces to the team. On your team, are you guys playing like 3-on-3, 5-on-5 right now?
5-on-5.
Okay, so who talks that talk on the Wolfpack?
I'm gonna tell you who I think it's going to be, but it hasn't been yet.
Okay,
it's definitely gonna be Zam. That's who it's going to be for sure. But I think she did something to her shoulder, so she's been kind of just shying away from the no contact.
Gotcha.
I definitely think it's gonna be her because I watched her when she played in high school. Talking all the junk, getting herself lit. So I'm excited for her to get her confidence in college, and if that has to be talking junk, as long as it's not nothing too crazy.
You gotta find the line.
Yeah, you gotta balance it a little bit. But right now, I don't think anybody's really talking yet. So it'll probably come more once they get comfortable.
For sure.
But yeah, for sure.
Do you have any, like, throughout your college career, has there ever, like, you ain't gotta put anybody on blast or anything, but like, has there been a moment where it's like, whether someone's just going at you crazy, or maybe, hey, maybe you're going at someone crazy, like, like, is there a moment or a game that kind of comes to mind where you were just going back and forth with someone?
It would. Oh my goodness. So so me and Mimi transferred in at the same time. And Coach Moore, I promise, he couldn't stand us for like the first couple of months because we always like would be the ones to talk junk to the other team, like on the verge of getting technicals. Like he could not stand it. So I can't remember off the top of my head which games it was, but I know Mimi did get a technical for talking junk, and I know I almost got one for talking junk, but he couldn't stand us for the first part of the season. So
crazy because he's sarcastic. So you would think
you kind of think he'd be with it a little bit. Right. Did he just have to get used to it? Was it that?
No, he'll never get used to that. And it's just like kudos to him. He's from a different generation. So it's just like he's more on the classy side. Like there's no cussing, there's no nothing. If you cuss it even practice, you're on the sideline running with the heavy ball. And then I think it was an incident where like one of the players cussed and the camera picked it up. And somebody emailed it to Coach Moore, and they had
emailed.
They're invested. Like they had to run on the sideline for it, so it was crazy. So he's just big on class, and like even though it's just a part of the game, talking junk, he's just not the biggest fan of it. But if we're winning and nobody's getting thrown out, usually he's okay because he be over there yelling at them refs on the verge.
I was about to say, like, listen,
like, you gotta balance.
We've seen that. We've definitely seen that before. Like,
you're gonna see him a lot for sure.
So do you be when you are talking? You be starting it or you be finishing it?
I finish
or both.
I finish it.
Okay, you finish it.
I don't usually start it because now I'm distracted because I'm so focused on getting the last word. Now I'm not even trying.
That's so valid. That's real.
Yeah, if they start it, it's just like, okay, like I'm about to tell you a little something, I'm gonna show you. But no, if I start it, I'm not gonna be focused on the game at all. So,
but finishing it, that's covered.
Oh, for sure. We're gonna always finish that. Yeah.
Okay, got you. I know. For me, I guess I'm a little bit interested in now as we look ahead more back kind of into this coming season. For you, obviously, you mentioned the freshmen, you mentioned the transfers. What are you most excited for this team in the sense of growing? Obviously, you guys have a successful season last year, but there's still, obviously that next step to take. So for you, what do you kind of? I know you mentioned you had several individual goals, but and team goals, I know success-wise. But what kind of marks are you looking to hit where it's like, okay, this is from a Final Four team to a national championship team?
Right. So there's actually a big one. So last year, I feel like. So you guys know River Baldwin, like she played 5 for us a lot last year. There were some substitutions, but she was on the court just a lot of minutes. I think this year it's going to be very interesting because right now we got freshman posts. We got Caitlin. She just transferred in. Really excited about her. So I think right now the posts are just like battling right now for playing time. And I'm really excited about that just because we'll be more versatile with the 4 and 5 position. So with posts, they usually tend to get a little tired quicker. So I'm just excited that they'll be able to sub out, be able to have a break, be able to give us different options. So I'm really excited about the post play this year. Guard play, guards are going to be guards. We're going to do our thing. And if we have good posts, great posts to feed off of, I think it's going to be just fine. So.
Look, so I know we ready to see it. I know we're excited across the board, both from the new faces, the old returning faces that are coming back. Like, obviously, congratulations on the season that you guys did have, but we know the job ain't done. We know we're excited to see where that takes you. So, Saniya, thank you so much for joining us here today. This was fantastic. The door is always open.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
All right. Well, make sure you guys stay tapped in here with No Cap Space across the board for your college, WNBA, and Olympic women's basketball coverage. And we'll see you next time.